Hey, we leveled up. We got through level 0 of the character sheet tracker and leveled up to level 1. That's right. First 30 days in the books, done. Quick review. We used 7 of the level saving throws, which means we still had 3 left over. Our daily actions were 50 ounces of water, in bed by 10:30, 10 minutes of writing, and the weekly bonus action was 5 hours of secret project work with watching 1 anime as a reward. Now we get to move on to level 1 and go over the mechanics of what a level up looks like. Now, I did the boring part first of just filling out the daily actions and weekly bonus action. So we'll go over that quickly, then what's new about this level, and then we'll get to pick our first spell and then roll for some colors. So in level 1, it is still a 30-day tracker here. This is still the level power sword, still 30. It's 30 on every single level. We now have our level tracker down here. It's now 2 because that's what we're working towards. We're still going to get our 10 level saving throws, though. Those will start to dwindle in the later levels because at that point, you should have been building up some habits. It should be a little bit easier. You don't get as much of a safety net, but we're not there yet, so we don't have to worry about it. For the daily actions, I made a couple of little tweaks and little increases. I'm going to increase water from the 50 to 64. The reason for that, I use this. This is 32 ounces. If I do 2 of them, 64. That's why. That is the only reason why. Very simple to track. I got rid of the bed by 10:30. We kind of, as a family, decided that we were going to try and do that anyhow, and I didn't need to track it, and we're going to make a more conscious effort. So I didn't think that really needed to stay as a focus for the next level. So instead, I'm replacing it with 15 minutes of TTRPG reading, like my Cosmere stuff, and Call of Cthulhu, and Daggerheart, and there are so many other systems out there that I've been planning on actually reading through. I've maybe played a couple of games, but I haven't GM'd them, and I don't know the rules as well as I'd like, so I'm going to force myself to actually start getting through source material by making 15 minutes of TTRPG reading a daily action. And then for the last daily action, I'm going to keep the 10 minutes of writing. I found it super helpful. It helps me start my day, get my head in the right space, and kind of do some introspection work to make it feel like I'm constantly working on myself. It's just a good anchor to start the day off with. And I don't need more than 10 minutes. So I'm going to keep it at the 10 minutes, and that will be just fine. And then for the weekly bonus action, I'm still keeping the hours of work for secret projects, but instead of 5 hours, I'm bumping it up to 6. I think it's doable, and that's why we're going to do it. And if I can get an extra hour in there, I can get my projects out quicker to all of you, and then I'll be able to work on other stuff and play more games and do more fun things, which is kind of the whole point. So now let's go over how we actually level up mechanics-wise. So in level 0, it's just 10 across the board with a +0 modifier. But when you level up, and every time you level up, you get to add 1 to any skill point that you want. My class that I chose is a sorcerer, and the sorcerer class is a focus class. So I'm going to fill this in. I'm going to add the 1, so my focus is going to become 11, and everything else is going to remain at 10. There we go. And you don't get any modifiers until you hit 12, so everything still remains a +0. Now, we get to pick the spell. And there's only one spell that we get to choose from, so we're just going to go and grab that right now. So the first spell we get to choose, and the only one we can grab with only 11 skill point total here for the sorcerer, is Touch of Magic. So we're going to write that down here. And that's going to be in the spells and feats column. And you can see when you get additional spells and feats as you level up through it. The description here for Touch of Magic: magic is a part of you, just like your blood. You can feel, sense, and manipulate the magic within yourself to a limited degree. Coming into our own power. Now, the really fun part is we get to choose the colors to represent the different daily actions and the weekly bonus action. I have my handy dandy colored pencils here. There are 12, so I'm going to use a D12, but one of those is white. And so that's not going to be very helpful. It's a white piece of paper. So if we roll the white one, then we're going to redo it. We're going to make it truly random because we're going to take these all out, mix them up nice and good, just like that. And we're going to roll. And we are using these really awesome liquid core dice for our rolls here today. So first one, a 2. 1, 2, green. Next, 3. 1, 2, 3, dark blue. Next, 7. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is now orange. And then for our weekly, 12. Well, we don't have that anymore. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're just going to roll that again. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is going to be brown for our weekly bonus action. One last roll is we're going to do the power sword indicator here. And that's going to be one of these other level colored pencils here. And that's going to be 9, which I don't have. Another 12, 10. I'm rolling high. 3. 1, 2, 3. Yellow. Now, when you have the level saving throws in here, you want it to be an obvious break in the chain. So I don't want to choose a color that's too similar to these. And quite honestly, I don't really want to use red as the break because of the orange, because of the yellow, right? So I'm also going to do this one also, get rid of these 3. So we're left with these 4, which means time to bust out a D4. Here we go. 4. Violet. So those are our colors, and I'm going to go fill those in now and show you what it looks like. Okay, they're all filled in. So now you can see here, green for our water, orange for the writing, blue for the reading, and brown for the project work. And then as I fill it in, that's when the yellow and hopefully not too much of the purple come into play. And that's it. The last thing here is to choose a reward. And honestly, I liked having that anime. So I'm just going to keep it exactly the same. 1 anime episode. A little reward for completing all of the daily habits, right? So the whole idea, have fun, make it randomized, roll some dice, keep you interested, and work on yourself the whole way through. And there we go. That's our very first level up. Level 1. And a new spell. I'll see you next time when we get up to level 2.